Hi everybody and welcome back to some more MotoGP 15. This is Gonna Grow 14 here, and this is our series challenge to make it from Moto 3 up to the GP bikes. And in today's video we're on the third race on the GP bikes, and we've already had 2 wins in a row, which has been absolutely amazing. I cannot believe I've had 2 wins already. But in today's race we've got the circuit in Germany, which is a really challenging circuit. So let's hope we can get some better weather than we did in part 21. And if you didn't see part 21, I've left a link in the description below if you want to click on that and watch that race, because that was an absolutely amazing race. Right, let's get into this race today, and that's hopefully we can get to the second qualifying session and hopefully get a better position on the grid in this German Grand Prix. So let's get into this race. Let's go.
Hello everyone, we're at the Sachsenring. The first qualifying session is about to get underway, and that will give those riders who didn't make it into the top 10 during free practice yesterday yet another chance. As you can see for yourselves, it's throwing it down at the circuit, and the forecasts say that the situation is very likely to continue.
I spoke too soon. So we've got another race in absolutely ridiculous conditions. So this is going to be really tough, especially on this circuit. Right, let's just add all our data packs that we've earned in the previous race. Right, let's stick them all on here. Let's try and boost everything up to level 1. And let's get into our first qualifying session. Right, so here we go with our first qualifying session, and so far we've only hit a time that was good enough for third, and that's not good enough to go through to the second session. We need to get into the top 2, and so we're going to have to push this bike a little bit more, but these conditions are so tough. It is absolutely pissing it down, and there's a lot of surface water, especially around a lot of these tough sections, so we're having to go really slow around the corners and try not to power too much, because we have had a lot of slides and we have come off quite a few times in this qualifying session already. So we're trying to just push the bike a little bit more in this lap and hopefully get a time that's going to take us through to the next session. But we are finding it extremely tough. But we want to get through to that second qualifying, because we don't want to start this race too far behind the leaders, because you're just not going to be able to push the bike in these conditions. It's going to be so tough as it is, and having to come from behind in the, if we don't get into second qualifying, we're going to finish outside the top 10. We're going to just really struggle. So let's see what time we're going to get here. We've only got a little bit. We've only got a few more corners to go, and this isn't too bad so far. Hopefully it's going to get us into that top 2. So far so good. Right, let's come around the last thing. Let's power as much as we can without sliding out. Let's see what this gets us. Right, so far it's this position 1. Let's check that on the qualifying. Right, let's go on to the qualifying session. So far that's the fastest. Let's speed up. Right, we've managed to get first. That's brilliant. So that's going to take us into the second session. Hopefully we can get a good time, and hopefully the weather improves in the second qualifying session. And let's try and push the top riders for a top position on the grid.
A big hello to all the MotoGP fans tuning in. The second qualifying session is about to begin, and the riders who've been resting up in their garages are now ready to take to the track.
Once again, I've spoken too soon. The weather conditions in this second qualifying session so far are 10 times worse than they were before, and we really are struggling now. So far we've only managed a time that's good enough for 6th position on the grid. I'm going to try and go one more lap, see if we can just push this bike a little bit more and see if we can get into that top 3. That's what I would want to start in if I want a chance to finish on a podium position. So here we go, we're really trying to push this bike, but these conditions are really tough. Well, I'm not going to even say anything about what conditions the race is going to be in, because surely it can't get any worse than this. But you never know. Right, that's so far so good. What's the time? I'm not sure whether we're... Oh God, almost came off there, but managed to control it. God, we really don't want to come off here. We want to get a better time if we can, so we're not quicker than we were in the last lap. Come on. Can we do these last couple of corners a bit quicker? So tough. Oh God, I had a bit of a squirm there. Tap the power on too early. Right, last corner. Come on, can we get a drive out this corner? Not too bad. Right, let's put the power on. Let's open that throttle out. Let's see if we can get a better time. Come on. So it says we're in second position. Let's check the qualifying. Is that going to be good enough for second? Let's speed this qualifying session up. So we've dropped down to third. Well, so we get third position. That's not bad. I'll take that. That's what I said I wanted anyway, in the top three. So right, we're going to start this race behind Marc Marquez and Lorenzo, with Rossi behind us. That's probably what I'd say the positions would have been. It was going to be between us four. Right, let's get into this race, and hopefully, fingers crossed, better weather.
Hello from the Sachsenring, and welcome to our live coverage of the German Grand Prix. The preparations are all done and dusted, and MotoGP is about to take to the track. The skies over the track are clear enough at the moment, but the asphalt is still wet, and this will probably mean that the riders will race with rain tyres.
Right, so the conditions have changed a bit. It's still wet, but it's stopped raining, so we've got, hopefully the track will dry as the race goes on. So we're just going to have to be careful not to power too much around some of the corners, but the conditions aren't as bad as they were in qualifying, so I'm feeling a slightly bit more confident that I can push the bike a little bit more. So let's get into this race and try our hardest. Right, let's try and get a good start off the mark, but not power it too much because it's still wet. See if we can beat Marquez and Lorenzo off the line. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Had a bit of a squirm at the back there. Powered a bit too early. That's dropped us down, but we got round that first corner in front of Rossi, luckily. But we're behind Marquez, and Lorenzo is leading the Grand Prix. Right, so these conditions aren't too bad. There is a lot of dry bits on the track, but hopefully it will dry towards the end and we can start really pushing this bike a bit more. But we just ran it wide a bit there, and Rossi's going to nip up the inside of us there. That's not a good corner, but can we get back at him? No, couldn't get him there. Right, let's try and speed up a bit through this section now. It's a little bit drier. God, ran it wide a bit. It's going to take us a lap just to get used to the conditions, to see where we can push this bike. Oh god, oh, on the curb. Oh god, dear, the back end kicked up then. God, I thought I was going to lose it there, but managed to control it. Right, let's see if we can get past Rossi here. Oh, that's a brilliant pass. Well, that takes us back up to P3. Can we get Marquez? Oh, we've taken Marquez as well. That's an absolute brilliant. We've really travelled through that corner there, carrying a decent speed. Right, let's try and keep with Lorenzo towards the end of the first lap. This has been a good first lap so far. That's better than I expected, and the conditions really are not that bad. Let's try and slow down enough for this tough corner. This is going to be tough. But yeah, look, you can see the track is drying up already, so we might be able to really push this bike coming into the last lap and really try and stamp our authority on this race and try and get ahead of Lorenzo. But at the moment we're just trying to stick with him. He is slightly quicker through the corners in these conditions at the moment on that Yamaha, but we're going to try and stick with him. But I think it's just between us two. I think we just pulled a gap away from Rossi behind us, and yeah, I think it's going to be between us. Oh, it's Marquez has taken Rossi. So we've got Marquez sitting behind us, but he's 0.4 of a second behind. Oh god, I ran it onto that curb again. Got to be careful. Don't want to lose the race here. I'm doing well so far. I'll be happy to finish in second if this is the position I'm going to finish in, considering how tough qualifying was. But if we can get a chance to catch up with Lorenzo going into this last lap, let's go for the win and try and get 3 out of 3 on the MotoGP bikes. Right, so here we go. Oh, going into the loss straight at the second lap, and we're catching him up. Can we take Lorenzo here? We've got a bit of speed, but that Yamaha still has a little bit of an edge. But we managed to brake a little bit later, but Lorenzo dives back up the inside. So that Yamaha's definitely got more speed on the straight, but our braking zones are totally different. I brake so much later on this Aprilia at the moment. It doesn't always work for me, because then I go into the corners and run it wide. Oh God, took that one a bit too sharp and almost went off the circuit there. Got to be careful on this last lap. But Lorenzo is really putting his times down now. Look at him, he's absolutely flying. We've really got to open the throttle on this last section if we've got any chance of winning this race. Just try and get through this section as fast as we can. Come on. Right, full pelt. Let's not hit the curb this time, that's much better. Oh, we travelled through there, much better. Oh, back end kicked there. Got to be careful in there. Really pushing this Aprilia now, coming into this last section. Can we beat Lorenzo? Is it going to be another race where we get him on the last section here? It's going to be so close coming into the last lap. Can we take him here? Let's dive up the inside. And we've taken him, got the brakes on. Oh, we've controlled it. Is he going to get back at us? Or have we pulled away? Oh, what a corner. And we're going to win the German Grand Prix. That's absolutely brilliant. That was such a brilliant race. Now let's take a quick look at that last section there. So we absolutely flew around that last section and we just dived straight up the inside even before we got a chance to pull in and defend that position, and we were away. That is absolutely brilliant, and that brings our third victory on the GP bikes. I cannot believe the start we've had. This Aprilia has been absolutely supreme for us so far. Right, let's have a quick look at the standings. So Lorenzo's up to 190 points and leads the championship from Rossi by 14 points, and we're down in 7th, so that's 3 wins out of 3. I'm not sure whether we've got enough races to close the gap to win the championship outright, but if we can get in the top 3, that would be amazing in this first season, considering we started in round 7. And if we have to go another season to clinch that championship, I might decide to get the higher spec bike then, because at the moment I'm enjoying this Aprilia. I can't complain. 3 wins out of 3. Like they say, if it's not broken, don't fix it. And I hope you enjoyed today's race, and if you did, please hit that like button. Let's try and get 20 likes on this video, and I will see you very, very soon for the next part. Thank you very much, and I will see you later. Bye bye. Hi everybody, I just wanted to talk briefly about a new series that I've just about to start on my channel, and it's going to be a championship series using an official rider, and the rider we've chosen is Cal Crutchlow. We've gone for a rider that doesn't normally get in the limelight and he doesn't normally finish on the podium. I thought it'd be a good idea to also use a British rider, being British myself, and I thought it'd be a bit of a challenge to show that he has got what it takes to push the top riders for a championship. Also, in this championship, we're going to add little things to it. It's going to be on the hardest AI, but we're going to add little things to it by obviously putting full tyre wear on, full damage. We can have like engine failures in this as well. So this is going to be a really challenging series. Hopefully be really exciting. There's going to be some really close races, and hopefully I can push the likes of Rossi and Lorenzo and Marquez to the championship at the end of it. Also, the championship is going to be randomised as well, so it's not going to be in normal order. I hope you stay to watch this, and I will see you very, very soon for the first part. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye.